Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
On the edge of the galaxy, out on the line, Deep Space Nine is where Cisco shines. With a glance so cold and a mind so sharp, he's holding the station and he's playing his part. When the Dominion's rising and the Klingons fight, there's one man standing, keeping it tight. He's got the swagger, got the fire in his eyes. To test him, Starfleet better recognize. Through wormholes and war zones, he's got the plan. Captain Sisko's running the show, the ultimate man. Enemies tremble, allies know where they stand. He's Starfleet's backbone, the Federation's pimp hand. Through wormholes and war zones, he's got the plan. Captain Sisko's running the show, the ultimate man. Enemies tremble, allies know where they stand. He's Starfleet's backbone, the Federation's pimp hand. He's Captain Sisko, the legend in command, holding down the station with the strongest hand. The minions coming, but they don't understand. He's Starfleet's pimp and making a stand. From Bamber to the Gamma Quadrant sky, put you in your place if you dare to try. Captain Sisko, moving deep in space, ain't nobody gonna take his place. With his baseball close and his crew so tight, Kira and Odo always ready to fight. Backs by his side, Worf's got his back. O'Brien and Boucher, the cover and the race we track. But when the time comes and the fire's burning hot, Sisko steps up, gives it all he's got. Whether it's the province or the Cardassians near, he's Starfleet's enforcer, making it clear. He's leading with courage, forging new paths. No mercy for those who bring war to his wrath. When the stakes are high, when it's life or death, Sisko's pimp hand takes a steady breath. Through wormholes and war zones, he's got the plan. Captain Sisko's running the show, the ultimate man. Enemies tremble, allies know where they stand. He's Starfleet's backbone, the Federation's pimp hand. He's Captain Sisko, the legend in command, holding down the station with the strongest hand. The minions coming, but they don't understand. He's Starfleet's pimp and making a stand. From Bamber to the Gamma Quadrant sky, put you in your place if you dare to try. Captain Sisko, moving deep in space, ain't nobody gonna take his place. With every punch thrown, every battle he wins, Sisko's laying down the law for all of his sins. From the prophets' whispers to the darkest war, he's the captain you don't ignore. He's got the station, he's got the crew, holding bay for his fate, they all know it's true. He's not just a leader, he's a force to be reckoned. Sisko's laying it down in every second.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Saturday Night Cinema, where we are watching Deep Space Nine's Duet and In the Hands of the Prophet. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, Gorilla?
Doing good until I realized there's a couple pronunciation errors in that I didn't catch.
That's okay. You'll get it on the next edit.
Yeah. And how are you doing, Teague?
I'm doing all right. I woke up crazy and motivated this morning.
Yeah, I get motivated too until the kids didn't do their share, and then it's like, so I got, because we took everything out of one kid's room to put it in a new bed, and that way I could sweep them off the floors and do everything else there. But when it came to putting everything back, all of a sudden the kids decided to disappear.
I want to just congratulate on behalf of all New Yorkers, the fans of the Cleveland Indians who advanced today against the Detroit. Are they still allowed? Are they still allowed to call them Tigers? But congratulate, go Indians!
Yeah.
Big day for Chief Wahoo.
Yeah. And how are you doing, Sit-Dan?
Still alive and kicking, not dead yet.
Yeah. All right. So, Putin, welcome, Putin's cat. I'm coming to this in full F-bomb. Yeah.
That's from the cat, all right.
Oh, I love that. I love that disclaimer. You never know what you're gonna hear on these streams. And how long is the song? Yeah, it's about 3 minutes 41, but I cut it short. and the beginning is wrapping up now. LOL. You think you're Led Zeppelin? Okay, let me get this started, then I'll go turn it back on. All right, it's yeah. Okay, I got a new song today. Go fuck yourself, Yahoo. Special guest Satan. Alrighty, you got where'd he go? Oh, anyhow, let's go ahead and start.
Hopefully nothing happened on his end.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry. That's on me.
Wrong button.
Yeah, I was in two studios at once. I was thinking about Kira today. Think about this, Gorilla. Tasha Yar doesn't make it, so they create Ensign Rowe, who won't do this role, so they create Major Kira. She's a copy of a copy.
Kira is.
Kira would be the third take on Tasha, right? Tasha wants off the show. We lose that character. She fractures into Sela, and the stories for Tasha go to Ensign Rowe. Ensign Rowe works out so well that they want to have her on Deep Space Nine. But Michelle Forbes gets a movie career and a bigger TV show contract from someone else. And she leaves Star Trek for a long time and never goes back to real Star Trek. And so Major Kira is created because Ensign Rowe couldn't do Deep Space Nine. So they create Major Kira.
Oh,
Pretty much.
This is the war criminal episode from season 1.
We do a lot of these.
This is one of the better season 1 episodes.
Especially with some almost iconic lines from this episode. What like what you call genocide, I call a day's work, or however those lines go.
All right, what did I miss?
Kira found a Cardassian bad guy.
Okay, that all. Okay, it's a real song, not being smart. And you think Ro was Tasha?
Let's call him what he is, a misunderstood Cardassian hero to some.
Every villain is the hero of their own story, as the saying goes, Admiral Teague. And Germ would agree to this.
The best villains know they're the villains and play into it.
Yeah, like Gold Ducat, in other words.
Well, he's a little bit delusional come the end. But having gods in your head will do that to you.
But how come
Gold Ducat was just trying to help Kira's mother?
Then how come is Cisco not nuts then from having the prophets basically breathing down his neck? How come is he not nuts?
Because the prophets weren't brain fragging them every day.
Ooh.
I'm surprised Gorilla's not humming the theme song to get copyrighted.
I've seen this guy, this actor before. He's familiar looking.
Yeah, I can't place him.
He's heavily made up, but there's something about his voice and his eyes.
Hmm. Oh,
Sounds like a certain 1930s Germany regime that was pure evil.
oh, it sounds trying to compare it to communists.
This
They
actor
basically
worked
did
a
the same thing.
lot. The guy who plays the bad guy, Aaron Yulin, he's in a lot of stuff. And last year he was in FBI's Most Wanted, so he's still out there. Credits start in
Okay.
1970.
Nice.
The subtitles are off.
I love that he has oppressor only syndrome.
And you could tell that
Hmm.
this Cardassian character is lying because he's not looking directly in his eyes.
Not necessarily.
They'll use that to ruse you once in a while. Are you sure he has this oppressor only disease? Oh, yes, quite sure.
Hey, welcome, Booger 414. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, isn't this a Bajoran station? So wouldn't it be under Bajoran laws that they'd have to follow? So if the Bajorans want them, then they could have the Bajorans' choice.
It's partially the Bajorans, but since the Federation administer it, they have a lot of say. Because if they pull that technical help, it'll just explode.
Yeah, if O'Brien leaves that station for more than a week, they're all dead.
But he has left the station for more than a week.
And they almost all died.
They were terrified the whole time.
I think he needs to shave his head and grow a goatee.
His IQ goes up when he does that.
So is the Federation Space Force kind of like their Navy? Is that why they're going off of naval or Air Force ranks, and a major is a lower rank than a commander in this situation?
Well, she's not part of Starfleet, so.
Well, that's true, but according to what they say in this dialogue scene, she is his second officer.
Yeah.
Different command system.
She's the chief. He's the administrator of the base and the Starfleet ambassador. He's both.
Yeah. He has a naval structure of ranking. She has a marine structure of ranking.
Army, call it Army, right? Land forces. They're using land force designations. And their war, I think, was largely a guerrilla war against the Cardassians. They don't have any spacefaring heroes. She's like the first one.
But tell me, is a space station in space considered ground forces or just space forces with them having their own space base, in other words?
It's like the
Doesn't
Romans.
matter.
They don't have a concept of a navy. They just put these people on there because it's the highest ranking military they had. They also know how to deal with the Cardassians, and they also have the respect of Starfleet. So just go with them for now. Train them up.
I know I'm going too far into it, but it's kind of an interesting concept I'm asking here, though.
Why Bajor never gets a ship? Why Bajor never starts a navy? Why Bajor doesn't try to do anything beyond me? They're just going to let the Federation take care of him. They have no planetary defense force with ships. I don't know why.
Well, they do say in I think it's season at the end of season 5 when they say when Kira says, "I'll see if Bajor can spare a few ships or get a few ships for them to use in the coming war against the Dominion."
All right, so let's see. Admiral T agrees with Booger there, and at the moment, please hit the like and follow buttons for our pal. Thank you. This is all certain going into Argentina and stealing other people, yada yada. How much appropriate of a Bruce song? And if you make an episode that's so specific on a moment of time, it kind of loses effectiveness now. Well, it depends what you're trying to get across.
Can I just say that was a super weird thing? She's like, the conversation is almost exactly like, you have Agent Orange leukemia. No, I don't. Yes, you do. We checked. And he's like, okay, so I do. And she's is all self-satisfied. It's like, this guy's got a death sentence countdown. And she's like, I'm going to hector you into a jail cell, sick man. This episode is another one of those DS9 weirdo episodes. But she looks great. His whole thing is he's like, I was one of the people typing at the beginning of Schindler's List. I didn't do anything wrong. Major Kira doesn't understand that anyone
Yeah.
can be canny enough not to incriminate themselves.
Yeah.
She
Is
was
this
so
the
stunned.
largest? Is this the largest Cardassian ever? I'm on
What's
my
that?
laptop. My typing is worse than normal. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. One of the bigger ones we've seen. All right,
This
just a sec.
guy's trying to
I gotta go
justify
yell.
like being.
I gotta go
I
listen.
don't think we. I don't think we ever see Darhill. He's one of the people who they maybe got their hands on at the end of their war.
Though they explain what happens to Garhill. Well, not exactly.
They're a little busy with the Federation at the moment.
Yeah, they're making a peace treaty with the Federation, and beyond their understanding, the Federation was insistent on this little planet called Bajor. They had no idea why.
So what I missed, did he confess yet?
No, he was there and he knew what was going on, but he's just like, I'm one of the guys who basically was typing all day, and I don't think I did anything wrong by typing. Also, I'm down with my own faction's military mission. F you. So he's honestly like, so far, it's like he's distasteful, but like he's kind of a couple of steps removed from outright criminal.
This guy is pretty hefty. The other Cardassians were trim. Yeah. So what happens when you actually get fed?
I gotta say, I'm with Ducat here, though. Kira is needlessly vengeful all the time.
Well, she does have a vendetta against them. She grew up during the occupation, so of course she's gonna have a bias against Cardassians.
No,
But
but here's
she-
the thing: she doesn't want justice; she wants vengeance.
Well, later on in the series, she has to learn to let go of that vengeful bias, and she does towards the end of the series.
The Kira we have right now would deny like painkillers to a sick Cardassian, and is doing so, by the way.
Yeah, but this is the beginning of the series, so Kira has a good character arc throughout the series when it comes to Cardassians.
She just called herself vengeful. She knows she's not objective. She knows it's mean. She's going to go through with this anyway.
Guilty by association is what she's trying to say.
No, he's guilty for being a Cardassian. Let's see. I mean, look how thin the other guy's face is. Later on, Odo will make her toys from his body. Yeah, we all know that. I thought Terry was the wife of the guy from MASH for a long time. No, she was Bashir's. No, it was Bashir. No, Bashir was.
Keiko. It's Keiko is the wife of the guy from MASH.
Oh, okay.
Germ figured that one out.
Apologize and offer him
Hang
Latinum.
him. Hang him.
Please let him out of goddamn jail, Kira, you vengeful idiot. I always thought that one war crime deserved 5 others. Keiko is
So,
the
in other
wife
words,
of
she's
Klinger from
forging
the
the
end of
image.
MASH. By the way, Putin Scott, it's Keiko is the wife of Klinger at the end of the MASH show. At this point, Terry Farrell was not Mike Farrell from MASH, but she was dating and engaged to Mickey Rourke.
So
There's a
he
point.
admits it right there.
Nah, you weren't that peaceful.
Hmm. Yeah. Hey, Jim, how's it going? He goes, hello. Terrafell, Mike Farnell, DJ. I'm not sure what he's going on about here. Yeah, and hey, Jim, we're halfway through our first episode.
This is as good as his rant in Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. No, was he in two? Ghostbusters 2?
He was the judge in Ghostbusters too.
Okay.
I still have a question, but you guys probably already know the answer. Is he actually put on a performance art? Is this a lie he's telling, or is he actually telling the truth?
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it nothing for you, though.
I don't
Nice.
remember. My guess is that he actually got something done to make himself seem like he was this guy, like had his fingerprints altered, and that he's an admirer of this guy, but he is probably still just a file clerk at the end of the day. That's my guess. The Bajorans don't get everything wrong, and they're like extremely unhappy, victimized people. Just out of curiosity, there, Kira, are we allowed to treat him for his fatal disease while we're waiting to put him on trial to execute him? You crazy bitch!
Hey, Teague, I see some guy stab himself while he's supposed to be executed the next day. They went and sewed him up, sewed him up and gave him medication there just to be executed the next day. So,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They won't let you go out on your own terms, but that's on our planet. I mean, like Kira's loopy doopy. I mean, to be fair, people remember a baseball player who played like 2 games in the majors 5 years ago when he comes back up.
She really isn't the right person to be doing this.
yeah, but she's the one that's there, and she has rank.
Are we talking about Nana Visitor or are we talking about Kira?
Kira.
Yeah, she's too emotionally compromised, and she's giving him everything he wants, and she's being an idiot.
Of course, always the opportunist, huh?
He's just trying to provide them with the kind of distractions they would want.
Yeah. All got a horrible, horrible disease. Maybe a hour on the holodeck would do him some good.
I think I was on to something there. I think this guy is just pretending to be the commander of the camp and is who they thought he was. What does this say about Federation intelligence gathering? There's like a tomb of Goldar Heel on Cardassia, and they don't know about it. It's a major religious shrine.
There is no Federation intelligence.
Till Section 31, which only polices the Federation.
Odo knows how to play the game.
This is like the only. This is only the fifth or sixth time she's told this story already.
There's the line.
You've been yelling at a file clerk for 3 days, Major.
Well, if he isn't him, then he must have gone this extensive plastic surgery to look like him.
This guy's verifiably dead, and he's just a huge fanboy of him.
If you're too much of a fanboy, does that make you a fanatic, and you may die by worshiping a guy that you admire?
There's a term, and I have to say it carefully, but I think Grill will appreciate me saying it this way: self-deletion by cop. That's what seems to be the basis of this episode's story. It's self-deletion by cop because he has that disease. This is where it gets really weird. He's a freelance deputy of both the Federation and Bajor, and he's in Federation custody. The Bajorans would have to extradite him, but he's on the Bajoran station, but the Federation are the governing body. They have like preeminence.
So I was right.
What'd I tell you?
Well, I said it first.
Yeah, no, this level of plastic surgery is like easy in their time. We've seen it like a bunch of times. Good guess. He's just trying to goad her into doing this stuff because he doesn't want to deal with this disease.
Is that the Gaul that started banging the priestesses later? No, it's
No,
not. I never watched the show much, but the war with the Jem'Hadar later is cool. Yeah, we'll be getting to that.
still a ways off.
The Gaul Gadot.
Gul Dukat. Gail
Oh,
Gadot.
Dukat. Dukat.
Yeah, Gul Dukat is the principal bad guy. He was like the governor, military governor of Bajor. And he ruled from the station.
Now he's breaking. The act is finally over for him.
All right, so I guess he's a self-hating Cardassian.
Just like Ciema is a self-hating Bajoran terrorist, or formerly terrorist.
She doesn't hate herself.
No, he hates himself.
No, but she's sit there here said that she hates herself.
No, the Cardassian hates himself.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
but
he's
this
not shit.
yes, yeah, but in this episode, Kira's forced to face her own biases, sort of. In this episode, she is.
He's not like he's. You know who he is? It's like at the very beginning of Schindler's List, we see all those faceless people typing away who enabled it. That was why like the guy in The Shining is typing all the time. It's like because that was Kubrick had the original script for Schindler's List and he gave it to Kubrick. It kept getting him depressed trying to make it, but he took little elements of it, put it in different stories.
And this is tearing her up.
War causes scars that are never healed properly, or if they are healed, they're there.
Well, I think you might have just stumbled onto something there, like Goldar heel might be scar on heel. Do you know what I mean?
So he's not Schindler, but is Ben Kingsley.
I think is the comparison to Ben Kingsley played Gandhi, or is Ben Kingsley in Schindler's List as one of the clerks? He would be one of the faceless people typing at the beginning of Schindler's List. He was in on it, but he was following orders. And like, I guess what we found out here is he was like really unhappy to be part of it and didn't believe in it at all. And he wanted to give something, in this case, his own life, to this cause of making the Bajorans feel better. Something that is just never going to happen.
Yeah. Okay, they just mentioned Neela there. She's been in a few episodes.
Who?
An engineer he works with. You know, Scotty was here. He'd be saying Keiko Pigs.
Right. I'm not saying he is literally lining up with someone from Schindler's List. I didn't make the analogy, but if to use the analogy of Schindler's List, he said he was a clerk. And at the beginning of Schindler's List, we see all the clerks. And, at the end of the day, it was because of the clerks that, one, they were able to pull it off, but two, that we were able to prove they did it and convict them. So showing those guys typing is an intentional choice in the film by Steven Spielberg. But I think the shot selection was advised by Kubrick, who kept starting to make Schindler's List, becoming extremely depressed by it, and then making any other movie just to not make Schindler's List. But he felt like obligated to make it, but he kept kicking the can.
Yeah. So
Jack's insanity in The Shining is from working in the opening sequences of the movie. But I didn't bring up the analogy. I was just in that analogy, he would be a clerk because that's what he ends up being.
Yeah. And Putin's Gek said Keiko made a dick joke.
Google that actress in a bikini, Rosalind Chow.
Is that the one that? Is that the one who plays Keiko?
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's actually gorgeous. The wardrobe department just failed, and then I think that they might have been afraid that she really would become a fan favorite because she was having success on other shows and other series and doing a lot of appearances on other TV. She wasn't as available as they wanted her to be.
You said Joe?
Me?
Just a...
The good old-fashioned clash between religious fundamentalism and science, they clash, but there is a compromise between the two, though.
But there
Yeah,
really
'cause it's just-
shouldn't be a conflict here. That school is sanctioned by Cisco, and Cisco outranks Wynn religiously speaking.
That is true.
So anything Cisco says is like a dictate from the Pope.
Yeah, it's like I am
Actually,
one
it's
of the
more like a
wormhole
dictate
gods.
from Christ himself.
Yeah, he's like, I was sent by the wormhole gods.
This is just gonna be a conflict episode between the new religious leader of Bajor and Cisco, probably episode.
They just kind of leave Cisco alone and hope he doesn't say anything to upset their balance of power or put them out of work, because he could just say something like, I don't think you should be a Kai.
Oh, she's just a space Karen. Keiko's gonna be burned at the stake. Religion versus state.
That is kind of, I guess, slightly part of the analogy too, because like the Bajorans, like they all wear those earrings and stuff like that, and they're very religious, and they have their own Bajoran belief system in this Star Trek story.
You know what? I have a genuine question. Since Kira is around Cisco and she sees what the Federation sort of believes, do some of the Federation beliefs rub off on Kira? Does she become somewhat of a skeptic, or does she keep her Bajoran religion close to her heart?
They have to soften her up a little bit, but I don't think they ever really complete the turn to her being a well-reasoned and normal person. She's just not flying off the handle. In this episode, might have been like a pacing issue, because like it stalled out in the middle there with her just staying angry, but like they arced her back to feeling bad for the guy so fast that we all got whiplash. I think like in one scene she hates him, she wants him to die, she's withholding medical treatment, and the next scene she's like crying over his body. It was just a little much. It's like crying over the lost humanity of the people of Bajor, kind of. The Bajorans are different enough so it's not too heavy-handed, but it's kind of like we swap them in for anyone who's ever been victimized, so it's never that specific, which saves it.
Have a good night, Jim. Jim's going to
Good night, Jim. And I think with Jim retiring from the bridge, I guess Spock is in charge of the bridge now, huh?
And let's see, Boots gets that. I don't think we have ever seen Nana Visitor with that nose.
Was she using a different prosthesis this week? They're still experimenting. They might have found a different way to put on them.
That's ironic, considering how she ends up feeling about her.
No, he ends up tripping the life fantastic, right? Or what? Are we joking around about Gold Ducat, Gal Gadot? Gal Gadot dates Kira's mother under duress or something. Like he kind of forces her to date him or some crazy stuff like that. And then like
she becomes a belly warmer.
Some kind of thing like that. And then over and over, like we try to ship Kira and Ducat, and it's really, really cringe every time, but they never give up on it. They never, ever give up on it. And in every instance of them doing that, they make sure. The episode is about the schools in Pakistan. Which one? This particular episode or the episode where Keiko can't work at the Federation school on the station anymore because she's a Federation supremacist?
This one.
This one?
Because back in the for a good long while, the British schools and the Pakistani schools weren't getting along because, at its heart, Pakistan is a fundamentally Muslim state. But since there was a strong British presence, they tried to tap it down. It didn't really work.
This episode wasn't too bad, but like there's a pacing problem, and as I pointed out, like we always have problems with Kira, who's a copy of a copy.
All right, just a sec. I'll be right back.
Jerem, what do you think of my Tasha Yar 2 steps removed equals Kira theory?
As far as casting goes, I think it's right, but they didn't really double up on the stories.
What do you mean as far as when they start giving Kira a little bit of an origin?
Yeah, they all filled the same role, but the stories were unique enough to be tailored for the character.
I think what they had
More
the
cycling
strong
ideas.
I don't think there were cycling ideas. I think that Ensign Rowe shows up because we have stories that were written for Tasha Yar that sit around and take a while to get finished. And they're like, we had written this script and like it had Denise in mind, but it's still a good script. It's just we don't have a character who's Denise like. And they're like, you know what? We could use a little refreshing the cast. Let's bring someone on for like 5 episodes. Which is a very Hollywood thing to do.
3 season. There's a good gap of like 3 seasons between Rowe and Tasha Yar.
No, there is, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe we do go back and revisit Tasha Yar a season after 2 seasons after she dies, and we see Sela a season after that. So I don't know. The popularity of the Tasha character went up after she dies too. Yeah, Kira has a couple of traits that are unique to Kira. They had to do something, but they still haven't really started emerging.
Well, Buck says that there's a Bajor anti-protest against the school right here.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Are we watching more than one? Yeah, we watched 2 episodes. And this is the lady from Cuckoo's Nest, right? I'm pretty sure someone answered that already.
Yes, Louise Fletcher is the lady from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, Tasha was loose. Kira's proper. The 2 engineering is cute. Yeah, she is. But it's the cute ones you gotta watch out for.
The classic debate between science and religion in this episode. What a wonderful concept. It's not been hammered into the ground.
Only fools see a conflict between science and religion.
Girl, could you do me a favor and throw your chat for your your link for your theater into the private chat because it's too far up in the regular chat for me to scroll up high enough to get it.
What do you need a link for? The StreamYards?
The theater,
The
I
Cosmic-
jumped out. The Cosmic.
Cosmic.
I'm here.
I do have to say that both sides do have excellent points, but you need both to not
Thank
be
you.
too damn crazy for both sides.
Fight One Piece. Makes
Well, find a compromise. You have Keiko teach everything up to the point where it doesn't conflict with your religion or religious beliefs. There you go.
Like how to fucking read, Keiko, you psychopath.
Keiko's not backing down.
Because she's a Federation supremacist.
Oh boy.
Supremacist.
Look at that hat. She's reasonable for this character. That was the most reasonable I've ever seen this character act.
Well, they're purposely trying to make Keiko look like a bitch.
This is the one thing I don't care for the Federation. They're a very atheistic society. I mean, I get their point, but you need some type of religion to counteract the atheist tendencies of the Federation. Oh boy. Now Jake is all beat up due to a conflict of interest right here. I guess not.
Keiko changes the curriculum to be about martyrs for intellectual causes while she's being martyred. Fucking crazy bitch.
She's a narcissist.
Also, she's a botanist. Why the fuck is she a teacher?
Oh, let's see. Oh, what was that center part? Uh, um, not sure. Drop that wormhole, Keiko. Yeah. Then there was 5. Teenagers should wear these clothes, or should not wear. No, they'll make them wear them. You got a beautiful place there.
Well, that isn't his place, Gorilla.
Well, the place where they set up the sanctuary or whatever you call it.
Well, yeah, generally the monasteries do look pretty good.
Bajor is the most confusing fucking planet. It's been subjected to like a really terrible, terrible period of occupation, but it looks fantastic. Uh, Life there was hell, and there was like all sorts of terrible things done en masse, but there's still tons of people left, like more than you could ever believe. Uh, it's just what we are presented with in the show is not like consistent with what's supposed to be going on with the planet. Like, they left it all like one big park-like golf course, didn't they? Those horrible Cardassians. They had good forest management, though.
Hey, well, they need. This was the officers' quarters, you know. They took over the sanctuary and made them officers' quarters.
Whenever we see Bajor, it always looks really park-like and nice. I don't remember ever seeing a city. It's kind of always looks a lot like Endor. Anybody else think that? You know, Gilligan's Island version of Endor?
Well, once they enslaved them, they fixed up the planet looks, you know, buildings and stuff, and worked the mines.
If your fundamentalist Federation supremacists can't find something else in the entire galaxy to teach about except the one controversy we don't want to talk about, yeah, we give you a Federation supremacist teacher, and what kind of thanks do we get? She's a botanist.
Uh,
Like one of the other problems of this episode is the problem is Keiko should be like, F you, cool. I was only doing double duty as a teacher because you didn't have anybody. You don't like it, teach them yourself. I'll go back to my job as a botanist that I love. Julian just can't say he was phased.
well,
He's
he's putting the medical proper term or whatever.
Magic science, Putin's cat. That's how they know.
Yeah. Called plot armor.
DS9 has security cameras when they need to have them for the plot. They selectively work. Nah, I don't give a fuck about this guy.
And then she kisses him.
Yeah. She knows not to cross that line.
Yeah, no, Brian is uncomfortable.
Well, he's also married, and she knows how loyal he is.
Yeah, he's as loyal as a dog, and she will not hesitate to beat that dog.
Well, well, Gorilla. Sometimes
there's a reason Scotty says that Keiko pegs. You know, he's so loyal he'll let Keiko peg him.
Well, Gorilla. Sometimes we cannot control our stick, just like you can't.
Wait, what? What?
I think you know what I mean.
No,
Gorilla.
that's the funny part. He was in complete control. He just wasn't thinking more than an hour ahead.
Who, me or O'Brien?
You.
Yeah.
O'Brien's two kids were well planned. Yours was a oh shit moment.
Hey, you know that those can work out. I'm an oh shit moment too.
I'm surprised there's no Admiral T Jr. coming up to your apartment door saying, "Hey, Dad, and here's my mom. Someone you knocked up."
Yeah. Putin's laugh is laugh. He goes, "I love that." Apparently, he was getting murdered. O'Brien got a hard on. Oh shit!
So before we ever had New Trek, we're blowing up schools here in this episode of Star
Hey,
Trek.
wouldn't that blown a hole right through the outside shell?
I don't know. This is a pretty weird sci-fi story.
It's not an exterior wall. The school's on the inside of the promenade, and even if it wasn't, the hull's armored. It is Cardassian after all.
I think the deal is it was done when the school was definitely closed.
Yeah, and you probably could guess this is why I sent a message.
By the way, they're going to close this school down fairly soon, forever. Yes. Ooh, good theory, Putin's cat. Or do you remember?
She's basically calling Jesus Christ a heretic. That's not
Yeah.
going to go over well.
Yeah, all that. Well, right now she's trying to rile up, start a riot.
Basically, if I'm the most extremist that just can't listen to
Well,
reason,
she's
like most
challenging him.
people.
She's challenging him. It's insistent. She wants O'Brien.
I think Putin's cat's right. But by the way, her demands aren't that extreme. Like, Kai Wynn is the adversary in this episode, but all she said was just teach him anything except that one thing. And if they had been taught properly about everything else, they'd be able to make up their minds about that one thing. But Keiko is an inflexible Federation supremacist.
She has to be a bitch.
In this episode, she's kind of like given an easy way out of this that is not dishonorable. Plus the fact that, like, why is she teaching again? Like, they never get around to telling us. What?
He's trying to get on the emissary's good side there for endorsement.
And
Just
Kai
like-
Wynn is a thorn in his side because he's a political leader and she's a religious leader. And he's just like, she's a
no,
real,
he's a
like, slut. Yep,
Him
she
and Wynn
did.
have the same station.
Yeah. And Putin's cat said that woman cut out part of Jack Nicholson's brain. Be careful.
I thought
It's a
Benedict Burrell's a
boom.
political dude and Kai Wynn is a religious chick.
Wynn isn't Kayet. She's a Vedic, just like Baral.
All right, gotcha. So she represents their most conservative Bajoran faction.
She's a space Karen.
She is, but in the concept of Bajor, like, she's kind of like she would have been down with executing that guy from the last episode too.
Yeah.
Well, it's later revealed that she's a heretic anyway.
She did kind of just commit heresy whenever you talk bad about Cisco.
Yeah.
But I think we've shown her as someone who's like a little bit hypocritical or a little bit extreme in her beliefs. So like she can like overlook what Cisco says and tell herself she's right and make a religious case for it, because no one's bothered reading like the 7,000 page book of like Bajor and religion that she has. She knows it like backwards and forwards. Even Kira hasn't had enough time.
Yeah.
So she's the killer. Oh, Brian could make a good investigator as well as a chief engineer.
Well, it's kind of his job when he finds something to look into it.
That was highly insulting of him. She reaches for his ear and he stops her. Very insulting for them.
Yeah, is it insulting if an Arvetic does it?
Yeah, basically anyone. It's basically saying that he doesn't respect her religious authority.
So basically, he's the more moderate liberal type, and his opponent is more of the conservative type, huh?
More so, he's calling her a blasphemer for. He's basically one priest telling another priest, "You're no longer. I don't respect your authority."
Or, forgive me for not shaking hands, at least.
That'd be sort of close.
It's a snub in their culture.
Uh,
So basically, Shinsuke hit Cisco to prove that our Cisco's going to shoot her.
good thing she's a bad shot. And Kai Win there's just looking like, fuck.
Ah, shit! I lost this battle.
And hey, Pickles, how's it going? Hey, Putin, do I know you? And hey, Boomer goes, hey, hello. I'm glad that hot butt was not hurt.
We've learned not to ask those sort of questions, Putin's cat.
Wait, what's now? You are all wondering which butt. Ah, we all know which butt it was.
It's supposed to be right there, Dad. Dad. It's supposed to be right here.
Nah.
This up. Need this up. You need this up.
It's supposed to be right there. Yeah. Yeah, finally they made some work.
Gorilla,
Well,
you mean we give her a piece?
We only have
Gorilla,
one episode left before I think we have to start a two-parter to go from season 1 to season 2, right?
No, it's a 3-part.
do it.
No, season 2 starts out with a 3-parter.
And Gorilla, you may want to give your girl a piece of candy to tell. Here's a piece of candy. Now go away and leave me alone.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, she need him.
Oh! Fuck that hurt. Fuck! Oh!
Should have gave her the candy, Gorilla. She wouldn't have had to get violent.
Yeah, and then
you hurt me.
Yeah, then this is Gorilla. All right, where's the belt?
That was funny.
No, it's not funny. Oh.
I don't know. It was pretty funny from this end.
So it was.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, because you hurt me. Yeah. All right. Oh. Hey there.
Gorilla, tell me, did she knee you in your gonads?
What do you think? All right, knock it off. All right, all right.
You need to go ice yourself, girl.
Well, we gotta wrap this up here.
So that
So
means yes.
thank you, Putin's cat, for coming. I still gotta. Here, I'll go to the channel. Putin cats, what you do? I keep forgetting to check. I'm actually surprised they let you have that name on YouTube. Oh, alrighty, so uh, I'm digging the thumbnail I got for this. So okay, go to channel.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he does intros and he has a couple movies on his channel there. He's making music too. Okay, so he's making a lot. He's been making music also. So make sure to check out Putin's cat there. And let's see. And thank you to the Boomers, Phantom Boomer Explorers on his channel there. He does a couple watch parties a week. They're on his Cosby channel. Then on his YouTube channel there, he does trailers for those movies there. So make sure to check him out. And thank you, LDG hashtag Free the Net, for coming. If you ever need IT help or need a place to hang out, there's always freethenet.org/underground. And thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Productions, for coming. He does Star Trek fan films there and puppies videos, and he's had a few lawnmower ones out today, so make sure to check him out. And all right, see. Thank you, Booger41414 for coming. I think that's everybody that popped up into the chat. So sit down. What do you got going on?
Well, to all your viewers and panelists, Sci-Fi Sit Down, I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do crossover ideas on my channel as well. I do my Transformers Prime watch parties on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time. I do my live streams on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I am on other streamers' live streams as well, like yours and Resolute Germs, if they will allow it, and they usually do. I try to upload a new YouTube video at the beginning of each week to entertain you guys. Every new subscription and like and watch hour a minute helps me grow my channel and to try to make a living on YouTube. And beyond that, that's all I have to say. I'll turn it over to the next person that wants to speak.
All right, Teague, what do you got going on?
Okay. I'm your buddy Admiral Teague, and there in the chat is the link for my Enterprise watch party coming up in about an hour in 51 of your Earth minutes. Come with me to the Final Frontier, where we'll watch the episode Shadows of a Gem. It's fantastic, and we go to a huge planet called Cardassia. Everyone's going to love it. It's great Star Trek.
All right, thank
So,
you. Germ,
meet
what do
me
you got
there.
going on?
Are you still there, Germ?
Okay,
Hello, Germ.
Germ has a Dramada on Tuesdays there, does 2 episodes of Dramada. On Thursdays, it's his Nerd Night Roundtable. Then on Saturdays, he has Saturday Morning Cartoons. He'll have a poll up here pretty soon. Chicago rules, so we really will have to. As for me, tomorrow it might be a little bit later, but we'll be doing Sunday Cinema, where we will be watching Child's Play 3. Then on Tuesday we should have the Cigar Lounge. Then on Wednesdays, I'm not sure on Wednesdays right now. Then on Thursday will be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Then on Friday will be the Waltz review. And we got a couple of new comments here. So who's on later? Tigas. Tiga's gonna be on later, or if you want start Jep Nerdy, that'll be on John DeMarco's channel.
Yeah, but my show's better, just in my opinion. That's my opinion now.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be on in an hour. Yeah.
Actually, 49 of your Earth minutes.
Yeah. Oh, Jeremy had to be here. Oh, we pimped him out. So, all right. So, all right. You guys have a good night, and just remember, there's 5.5 pounds of copper in those speed control cameras.